Hello.
So today we are reviewing. Do it back.
Wonka.
With Timothée Laba Bing Bong, Keegan-Michael Key, Olivia Colman, the guy from Downton Abbey, the guy from Love Actually,
Mathew Baynton, Matt Lucas.
Yeah, and the mum from Paddington. So, the way we're going to do this is in a similar format to the damned Great Muppet Podcast, where we have 3 sections. We have songs, we have characters, we have plot, and we have overall.
Yeah.
Each of these will be rated out of 5 by us. We have to agree on a score.
Okay.
And at the end, we will have a definitive out of 20 score for the whole film. Let us start with characters cast. Let me go on to IMDb. Could you do similar to what we did with our Ghost review? Yeah, watch it. Give us a quick sentence or a couple words of how you felt about this film.
Reference time. I came out of it feeling like I had just eaten the Broadway chocolate.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a heel click and wear period clothing and just fucking consume the shell chocolates my nan got me for Christmas.
Right. Are you ready to go through? We'll go through the main principal cast in order of how important I think. Not how important, that's really rude. So, let's start with the crew. His Wonka's washing up people.
Oh, scrub crew.
Let's start with Larry Chucklesworth, played by Rich Fulcher. I hated this man. So,
you are
the problem is, I know it's me, but I hated him so much.
I liked his
because
costume.
I get it. I liked him for about 5 minutes, and then it went on and on and on, and I was like, please stop now. Look at me. You've got a very nice suit on. Okay, but stop it.
His suit was very
Idiot. That's all I have to say on Larry.
He made me think of a really depressed and ginger Mr. Tumble.
Yeah. Piper Benz, who was the other... one of the other helpers.
She's the plumber lady.
Yes.
I loved her.
The problem is, I don't think she got enough to do. Same as the mute one.
Who wasn't mute.
Huh? She was for a bit.
Yeah, she was for a bit.
Yeah. Who's this? It didn't really get enough to do. It was fun enough. Same with Lottie Bell. Fun enough. Abacus Crunch. Downton Abbey bloke. What a hero. His harmonies in Scrub. Scrub. Oh my god, what an absolute champ.
You're just saying that because that was your harmony in Joseph.
Shut your mouth. Let's go on to the Scrubbits. Olivia Colman as Mrs. Scrubitt. One of my favourite performances.
I was saying this to Fraser before. The trailer did not tell you that Bleacher and Mrs. Scrubitt were going to be villains. I thought they were going to be like, oh, we welcome Willy into our home. We've adopted Willy.
Shut up.
We've adopted this little Willy. And raised him as our own. But no.
She was perfect.
She was perfect.
She was just perfect.
It was incredible.
As Mrs. Scrubitt. And do you remember Tom Davis as Bleacher?
Oh, yeah.
Also perfect. It was a little lederhosen, he's a little earl, or what was he? Not an earl, a lord? No. Something along those lines. But that was just... And those two together worked so perfectly. I loved it. Let's go on to the cartel. Let's go Matt Lucas as Prodnose. We'll obviously get on them individually. All 3 of those, Matt Lucas, Paterson Joseph and Mathew Baynton, were all perfect as the chocolate cartel. They were just incredible. And like, what was great is obviously Matt and Matt. The 2 Matts were both like your typical stock characters if you had one tall, thin, one short, fat. But it was they were perfect sidekicks. It was genius.
I said this to my brother. If Slugworth had been in red, they would have been the Heathers.
It was just...
Please edit. side-by-side comparisons in here.
I just...
And Candy Store would have been... I know they wouldn't have been able to do it because of copyright, and you have to have your own songs, but just like, even in a podcast or something, or as like a little promotional charity thing, have those three sing Candy Store.
Please stop doing the gay crap. That's really giving me the ick. But no, Matt Lucas, let's stick with Matt Lucas quickly. Loved him. I love Matt Lucas anyway. I think he's so funny.
Noodle.
Noodle. What else has he done? Of the Little Britain and Cuff Like Webs.
Bake
Off.
Yeah, I was about to say
Bake Off. He's thingy in Romeo and Juliet. Benny. You won't get stealthier than this. Perfect.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mathew Baynton as Fickelgruber.
Yes.
Again, similar to Matt. I think
so weird.
Underrated. Like, I say underrated. Everyone, especially this channel, we love Mathew Baynton on this channel. But he doesn't do many big budget things. Like, what's he done? Yes, obviously Bill, Horror Histories, Ghosts, good. What else?
But
Gavin and Stacey. Yeah, he's great in that.
He has like his own. He's got a few like underground. You probably never heard of it. Films.
Yeah, but like he has like this is his. I think this is the first big thing I've seen him in.
His first.
And I don't know why it's the first. Is it because he doesn't want to, or he just like? Because obviously he did it because Simon Farnaby was producer, director, writer, man.
Yeah.
Because obviously Alison was in it at some point quickly.
Yeah.
So that's clearly a reason. But it's there are some films you watch if there's like friends of directors and stuff. You go like Ben Platt's dad produced or directed the Dear Evan Hansen movie. You go like, well, clearly that's why Ben Platt's Evan, because it's not based on anything else. He doesn't fit the role anymore. He's 37. But watching this, you wouldn't have gone. He only got it because he's mates with the producer. He gave it such. He's so funny.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
He was the very stereotypical like Disney style kind of gay villain.
He's hating the poor bit as well. That's so good.
Bit, so funny. But it's like all his actions are very like obviously stereotypically gay.
They all work. To be fair, even Slugworth was.
But it works so well, and I think. I mean, I was speaking on behalf of the gay community. I have missed seeing...
I love a camp villain.
Camp villains.
Jafar. One of the greatest camp villains.
Ursula.
Even Facilier, to be fair.
Facilier.
Those sort of tall,
having
just camp... Scar. I would imagine Scar. The camper the villain, the better.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
I love it.
I've missed a camp as fuck villain.
Paterson Joseph as Slugworth. Now, never heard of Paterson Joseph before. Wonka. A lot of people... Let's have a look, shall we? See if there's anything that I have seen him in but didn't know. Don't think so. He hasn't done a lot. Well, he has, but not that I know of. No. So, Bird of the Orient Express. Okay, that's quite big. Peep Show. I love Peep Show. Thunderbird to Go. I love Thunderbird to Go.
So you have seen him in a few things. You just didn't realise that was him.
No.
But he was.
But he was.
He made a fantastic.
He was a great Slugworth. Like he had like with Slugworth, there's like what is it? It's like a niceness that you can tell is so fake and not like he had that non-genuine niceness.
Also, all three of them can do such unique facial expressions.
I was just saying, you look at his face for his IMDb. And it's already got that little smile of like, don't trust me.
I'm a villain. But no, they can all do such unique.
They're all very comedic actors.
They're all very comedic actors. I think all of them worked in sync perfectly because they all brought something different, but in a connected way. If you get what the fuck I'm on about.
I know what you mean.
Thank you.
Let's go. Rowan Atkinson as Father Julius.
What a man.
Just what an actual hero. Like...
Giraffe.
I love Rowan... As far as physical comedy goes, I don't think you get better than Rowan Atkinson. You could say Jim Carrey, but I'd even say I think Rowan Atkinson is more of a physical comedian than Jim Carrey is. Look at Mr. Bean. Look at Blackadder. Look at Johnny English. Look at anything that man's done.
Man vs. Bee.
Man vs. Bee. Him in the Comic Relief Doctor Who special. He is just a genius. And seeing him in a role in, like, say, naturalistic film, in big quotation marks.
Yeah.
But in not a film, you know what I mean? Not a film where he's being Mr. Bean. Or, like, his character is funny, but it's not
the same.
The character doesn't think he's funny. If that, like Mr.
He thinks he's serious.
Yeah, and the corrupt it's just so it lends itself to Rowan Atkinson very well. It's calm down. Keegan-Michael Key is the chief of police. Now I have loved Keegan-Michael Key for so long, and he hasn't been getting the appreciation he deserved. I loved him before he was cool. Obviously, him in... yeah, I deserve that. Him in the great Netflix original Christmas film Jingle Jangle, don't laugh at me, he's great in that. Him as either Ducky or Bunny in Toy Story 4 with his good mate Jordan Peele, they're great in that. Him as the headmaster in the prom, he's great in that.
Toad.
Him as Toad in the Mario movie, great in that. And he never lets us down. Him as the chief of police in Wonka, what a hero.
What a performance.
Just lovable. Like, he is just lovable to watch.
He was fantastic. It's his little bit, I know we'll get to the songs, but him in Sweet Tooth, where they're all just singing at him, and he's just there like...
It's a lot of chocolate.
Wow. It's his little bit where he goes, oh, and we're singing, even though they have been singing for the past 5 minutes.
It's just... Right, I'm going to sound like a wanky actor now. But when you've got everyone else in the film is... Not caricatures, but like the chocolate cartel are very over-the-top camp, we've said that. And the Scrubitt, Scrubitt and Bleacher are quite over-the-top, whoa. And when you see, I think it's with Rowan Atkinson's character and the chief of police, not understated isn't the word, but you know what I mean? They feel more... could be an actual person in real life.
They are taking themselves very seriously in a world that is not meant to be serious.
And it was just amazing. And he's got a lovely voice. I kind of wish he had a bit of a song somewhere.
Yeah.
Like he had little bits in...
I do wish he had his own song.
In Sweet Tooth, but I wish he'd had his own little... Because he's got a lovely voice. Now we've got the main two left. We have Calah as Noodle.
I loved Noodle. I think Noodle was brilliant. I think she was the perfect, let's say, Kermit to Fozzie.
Yeah.
I think, and I said this to you a little while ago, I think she looked how Hermione should have looked in Harry Potter. Obviously, that comes with being the bookworm with the curly hair, but...
I have seen some... It's not a complaint, it's just sort of a plot hole, and I agree. And there's obviously the bit where Noodle is teaching Wonka how to read, and everyone was like, well, how does Noodle know how to read? Because she was found as a baby by Scrubitt and Bleacher. I can't imagine they're sitting her down at Sunday school. Like, they shoved her in the work, how does she know how to read? It's like, you know what? Fair enough. Unless she taught herself, but can you teach yourself to read? That's my question. I don't think you can. Unless
Scrubitt and Bleacher obviously needed to teach her to read.
But why would she need to read? If anything, that's an inconvenience, because then she can read the contract and see that she can get out.
Maybe they were trying to get her part of the business, make her also up to corrupting people. Maybe she... Well, think of it this way. Cleaning equipment is required. Yeah. There's a lot of chemicals.
Scrub.
Imagine... I think she's also in charge of getting drinks and shit for...
Yeah, that's true.
If you're putting bleach in there instead of gin, you might want to learn how to read.
They wouldn't care. They've not exactly got 5 stars on TripAdvisor, have they?
No, but I meant if Mrs. Scrubbitt's drinking bleach instead of gin, I think she might have an issue with that. And that'll be the coop for a week.
And the final nail in the Wonka film, Timothée Chalamet as Willy Wonka himself. Now, I have seen every single opinion on the scale, from who let this man act to get this man every award under the sun. Now, if this is why do you let this man act, and this is get him every award on the
I wonder why I'm on this.
Where do you put Chalamet in Wonka? I think I'd agree with that. So, I think... So the people have been saying, the reason that Gene Wilder was so good as Willy Wonka was because you thought there was a possibility that he'd genuinely sit there and watch those children die, and that wasn't in Chalamet. And I thought, well, yes, but this is a prequel, isn't it?
That's
not how prequels work.
I don't
think he was born cynical, otherwise he probably wouldn't have opened a chocolate factory to bring joy to children, you idiot. Yeah. Like, if that was how Chalamet's Wonka was, you'd be a bit like, so this character's just a dick then, isn't he?
You wouldn't.
But seeing the innocence and the wonder of Chalamet's Willy Wonka going, this is a man who is driven purely by the dream of making chocolate and bringing that chocolate to people and making them happy. How on earth did we go from that to Gene Wilder's Wonka?
Well, because in Gene Wilder's Wonka, even in Johnny Depp's Wonka, you're not rooting for Wonka.
No, you're not. No,
he's not the main character. Charlie, you're supposed to be rooting for Charlie, but in Wonka, you want to root for Wonka. Yeah. There's got to be a reason to want to root for Wonka.
It'd be a dull film if you hated him.
Yeah.
But also, it's more interesting to go, how did this optimistic young man end up being a cynical old man who kills children? Which is why I want a Wonka too.
Yeah.
This is the first... I don't think there's any film I've come out of going...
I need a sequel.
Other than, like, you could say, like, oh, what about Iron Man? Any Marvel film, obviously. Because they leave a post-credit film and you're like, yes, obviously I want to know what happens next. But I don't think I've come out of any, like, standalone film and gone, need to see a sequel to that. But with Wonka, I'm going, even at the end, he's just opened his chocolate factory. How have we gotten from him to where he's closed down his factory? What happened? What was the accident? What happened here that meant we need to shut it down? That's what I want to know. But that's more plot than character. Let's try and get back to character, Fraser. Come on, stay on track. Everyone was like... What I've seen a couple of people saying is that he's too quirky and different. I'm like, sorry, do you know who Willy Wonka is? Have you ever seen... I said this to my dad when we came out. I was like, I think Wonka has been seen by a lot of people who have never seen, and either have never seen any Willy Wonka film or have only seen the Johnny Depp version.
But even then,
it's a different quirky, I think, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's still quirky, but it's a different quirky.
But it's like, you can't come out of a Willy Wonka film and go, Willy Wonka's too weird, and quirky and different.
There are moments with Chalamet that made me go...
There were moments where I was like, that wasn't great, Chalamet, I can't lie.
But that's...
But there are moments like that with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, there are bits, and there's probably...
Like his little, his little... I'm like, oh, do you have to?
And
do you have to do that?
Gene Wilder is fantastic, but I think if I watched it now, there would be moments where I go, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it's 70s films, probably not. There's probably some questionable bits in it anyway.
So,
but I think as a prequel and a precursor to Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka, I think Chalamet did very, very well in encapsulating... Because the thing is, as well, you don't just want to watch a Gene Wilder performance. You've got to put your own little bit, like, spin on it. And Timothée did do that. He put his own little spin on the character while still making it... whilst making it believable that it could be Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka.
And, like, I have said before that Timothée Chalamet is becoming the sickly Victorian James Corden, where his face is popping up everywhere.
I don't think so.
No.
Because I like Timothée Chalamet.
No, that's the thing. I like him to a degree.
And Timothée Chalamet hasn't been kicked out of a restaurant for being a cunt to the waitress.
True. We like that about we like that in a man. No, not as in he's annoying, he's an arsehole. As in,
is he popping up everywhere?
I've seen his face in a lot of shit.
Dune and then this. I don't think I've seen him in anything else.
French Dispatch, Dune, this. There's
Chocolate.
Call Me by Your Name. There's something else that Zach says.
But you can say that about anyone. Yeah. There's a lot of actors that.
Yeah.
I think he's a very good.
No, actor, I think he's an incredible actor.
And what a lovely voice.
And incredible voice. I think my reason, where I was, this is me explaining why I was a bit like, to some of the things he's done, is because of how much I have seen of Timothée, how I've seen it, because I thought his performance in Dune was great. I haven't watched Call Me by Your Name, but then I heard about the peach incident.
That's part of the film. It's not his fault.
No, but he didn't have to actually do it.
Oh, it's method acting.
But what can we say about method?
I think also that kind of is a testament to how good of an actor he is. Yeah. If he can go from doing Dune to Call Me by Your Name, to being someone as family friendly as Willy Wonka.
Yeah, no,
well, fair play, Chalamet.
I think he did a
What I liked
job.
is that he didn't fall into the trap of, I'm in a musical, it's a big budget film, let me do as many vocal runs as I can possibly fit into this song. I don't think I had to do one unnecessary vocal run. Whereas in Wicked, I'm very worried for that possibility, seeing as it's being led by Ariana Grande. Popular. Shut up. Crikey, get a grip. That's what it's going to be, and I'm not. And it's 2 parts. Get a grip.
It's 2 fucking parts.
Yes, part 1 and part 2.
That's what she said about Ethan Shag.
Right,
yeah.
So what are we giving? Casting. Yoda's here. What are we giving casting and characters out of 5?
See.
What would you say?
It's so early in the video to give it a 5 out of 5.
I was thinking that, but I can't think of anyone that I went. What's that about?
Except for the comedian, but he's one.
That's not his fault. That was the character more than the actor.
Yeah, no, the actor.
But we did character as well. Do we give it a 5?
I think we give it a 5.
Is that mental?
5.
Yeah, I think we will. Right, let's move on to songs.
Ah!
No, let's not. Let's keep that. Let's go on to plot.
No.
Let's quickly do plot. Keep them waiting.
Oh.
They want us to do songs.
Yeah.
You can see it in their eyes. Look in his eyes. You see his eyes. Looking. Easy peasy squeeze the lemon's eyes.
Hi, easy peasy.
You can see they want it. Can you see they want us to do songs?
I can see.
Yeah, we're not doing it. Let's do plot.
Okay.
So, we can quickly do plot. As far as the prequel goes, how did you enjoy the main plot and the story of it?
I really enjoyed it. I didn't, because as I said, they didn't say in the trailer that Bleacher and Mrs. Scrubitt were going to be villains, so I genuinely had not a lot of idea about quite a lot of the plot points. Obviously I knew, Willy wants to make chocolate.
Please call him Wonka.
No. Willy wants to make chocolate. These people don't want Willy.
Lesbians when?
Yeah. Yada yada yada. Eventually he becomes the world's
Well, that's all I knew, yeah, is that
yeah.
Wonka wants to make chocolate for everyone. These 3 men don't want him to make chocolate for everyone. He makes chocolate for everyone. And Rowan Atkinson's being chased by a giraffe and Keegan-Michael Key's really fat. Those are the plot points I knew going into it.
But I didn't know that there was, like, a secret organisation. I didn't know that
I liked the little ragtag group of
Mrs. Scrubitt was
misfits.
evil. I didn't know that there was.
I didn't know. I knew Downton Abbey bloke was in it, but I didn't know who he was. I didn't know what was going on.
They kept so much. This is what was good about the trailer, and this is what trailers need to do.
Yeah. You don't want a trailer to give away everything.
I was shocked at every twist and turn that came about, and I love that because. This is going back to
did it even say that Keegan-Michael Key was being paid by the chocolate cartel? I don't think it even gave that away.
Just that he'd eaten a lot of chocolate, and
that could have just been he just loves Wonka.
He loved, So that's what the trailer was perfect for keeping me on my toes. Because going back to another topical film that came out recently, knowing that Mrs. Tweedy came into.
Oh, if we hadn't known.
Yeah.
If we hadn't known that Miss Tweedy came back in Chicken Run 2, that would have been the greatest experience of my film watching life.
And
that would not have compared. Oh, fuck Portals in Endgame. If I didn't know Miss Tweedy was coming back and then she walked down the stairs, I would have gone mental.
You would have.
I would have lost my shit.
You would have become an ape.
I would have. So sorry, everyone. Don't touch me.
Okay.
What I did like is there were little bits of reference, bit of like Wonka reference thrown in, like very near the start. He like walked down the stairs and he went back up a couple and went. I was like, oh, that little. I do that every time I walk downstairs now.
The fine print. Should have read the
fine print. Where the little levitating hover-chocks was very obviously similar to when there's like the burping gas stuff in the Wilder one with Grandpa Joe and Charlie. That was obviously not the same thing, but again reminiscent of that. There were lots of little. The
growing the hair being a nod to not Veruca.
You got this.
Violet Beauregard and her conditions. I had nightmares about that.
Huh?
When I was little, I had nightmares about being Violet Beauregarde.
But yeah, having little references in there to other bits of Wonka-ness, which is like, obviously Chalamet had a little limp at points and then didn't. Obviously his cane stood up by itself, which is my favourite. One of my favourite cinematic moments ever is where Gene Wilder's Wonka walks out to the gate. His cane stops, he loses it, and then he does a little forward roll.
This guy would do that around the house.
That is one of my favourite moments of film. That's so cool, and the fact that it would stop, and he'd like have a little limp, and then wouldn't. I'm like, oh, it's such a little mystery. But no, I loved it. We missed out a character. Hugh Grant.
Oh!
Hang on. Pop a pause button on plot. Let's go. Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. You can't have hit your head on anything, so what did you do?
I have a headache and I knocked my brain
Let's talk about Hugh Grant as Oompa Loompa. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was great. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
I'm learning not to like Hugh Grant as much.
He doesn't sound like a very nice person.
No.
But I liked him in this. But then as I say, who is now? Like, there aren't any actors. Yeah. I could name more actors that are pricks than I could name that are good.
He put on a good performance, however...
It was very good.
And to be that guy, I've seen a lot of the dwarfism community, little people community on TikTok arguing that, especially with Gene Wilder's giving roles to little people, that could have been another opportunity for...
But then I have seen a lot of dwarf actors going, if anything, to me that's more offensive that I only get cast as... There's two sides to everything. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people go, a lot of dwarf actors going, the fact that you're going, oh, could that not be a dwarf actor, is kind of more offensive to me than, couldn't I play some... He was like, oh, so I wouldn't be able to play Slugworth, but I'd be able to play the Oompa Loompa. That's kind of more offensive. And I'm like, you know what?
There's always two sides to it.
And they kind of got around it quite well by making this version of the Oompa Loompa about this big.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously the Gene Wilder ones played by dwarf actors would be anywhere between 4 and 5 foot.
There's always
and obviously in Johnny Depp, they're all just Deep Roy, who I think is between 4 and 5 foot. If they had made...
Salute to Deep Roy.
Salute
to Deep Roy.
But yeah, if they had made Hugh Grant's and Oompa Loompa between 4 and 5 foot, I'd have gone...
But on top of that...
I'm not sure you could do that.
I've seen
But making him little Smurf height...
3 apples high. I've seen that people have been saying that there was an incident where Hugh Grant was quite rude about people with dwarfism as well.
Oh, he's rude. Yeah, he's horrible about it.
So, I think, it's casting him as an Oompa Loompa while he is rude to the people who gave birth to that character.
Are we ready to go back to plot?
Oh,
so what I think the little references they threw in were very clever, very nice to see. I liked Chalamet's little TARDIS Mary Poppins bag hat. I don't know what was going on there, but I love that. I can't think of any more plot things that...
I like that the world was naturalistic with all these fantastical things taking place in it, because it was played with. There were real people, believable characters that weren't caricatures, with slightly heightened people around them in a regular world where magical things happened, and I thought that was...
I mean, there were bits, obviously, as if that you're like, okay, this is going a bit long now. Well, I get it. Yeah. Right, cool. I see what we're doing. Can we get on with it? So it was no way a perfect story, but
I think, and this isn't... I don't think this falls under plot, does it?
What?
But there was some of the CGI...
That's why I'm talking about that here.
That didn't
Was there?
hit.
No, what?
Only one point where I was actively was like, oh... It was in the chocolate vault when it was filling up with chocolate. The bits coming out of the pipes just...
I didn't notice that.
My eye looked at that and went,
Oh, I didn't notice that. But yeah, I think story-wise, pretty good. Yeah. I'd probably give it 3 or 4.
I'd give it a 4.
Because I'm thinking 3 is yes, passable. I think 3 is the average. Like,
3 is the middle.
So I think 4's, just above average. On to songs. The bit everyone's waiting for. Easy peasy squeeze the lemon. Get ready. We both did a little...
We...
That was lovely. Right.
There's the thumbnail for you.
We're going to go through... That's not the thumbnail.
I know.
No one's clicking on that.
I know.
Let's go through in order.
I'm so excited.
A Hatful of Dreams. A Hatful of Dreams. Great opener. Yeah. I love his little whistly bit on the boat and the way he does his little longing for the shore.
The disappearance of the coins throughout the...
That was one of my favourite little bits. Was the gradual loss of money as he went on. Break my pumpkin, you pay for
I just thought of another fucking reference.
Yeah.
In Gene Wilder's Charlie in the Chocolate Factory... Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, sorry. Not Willy. Charlie finds money to buy a Wonka bar in the drain.
Oh, and
he loses his sovereign in the drain.
I've got no silver sovereigns in my pocket. But yeah, it's a great opener.
Yeah.
Thing is, all of these songs are great. Like, I don't think there's any songs that I'm going, awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful. Very, very fun. Very fun. You've never had chocolate like this. And this is the original one? Because there's two. Oh, it's where he's selling it.
Yeah.
On his little... Yeah, I just like the bit of, well, there's chocolate. And there's chocolate. That's the next one.
Oh.
All of these songs have a really nice sort of like... very Willy Wonka-y upbeat feel to them, which is very, there's no like... There's not really any sad songs. Like, you could say that... What's it called? What's that called? Whatever that one's called. You could say that's a bit more down. And it is, but it's none of them are really...
Every musical is going to have that one song.
Yeah, but this one doesn't really.
Via...
For a Moment, that's the one.
As told to us via Spam-A-Lot. This is the song that goes like this.
I love that song.
I know you do.
Yeah, Never Had Chocolate Like This. Very fun song. Good comedy. Well done, Chalamet. You're very clever. Scrub.
Ah!
I love this song for so many reasons. A, it's Downton Abbey Bloke, and I love Downton Abbey Bloke. What's his name?
Downton Abbey Bloke.
Don't know. I love Downton Abbey Bloke. He's great. And I've said I love the first to pick up the... They've all got a little...
It's still long though.
What?
It doesn't make the day seem so long. It's still long though.
Still long though. But yeah, I think, again, Scrub is a lovely... Shall we rank these?
I love it
or
when...
That'll be a separate video, actually.
Yeah.
That could be... Hang on, yeah.
Yeah, that's another video. I love it when Olivia Colman and Bleacher join in.
Yeah, they have the little scrub.
They join in the ending, and that's when the key changes, and it's...
I love a key change. Sweet Tooth. Possibly my favourite song, I think my favourite song.
I love Sweet Tooth.
Like, oh my god. It's just everything about it is absolutely perfect.
It's one of my favourite moments in this song is when they're all in their little different
little
archways with the feathers.
Yeah.
But when it comes to slapping, they're all out of time. So Mathew Baynton's there going
cannon.
But then, like, obviously Slugworth's like...
Yeah.
And then
Matt Luke has got no idea what's going on.
They have no clue.
It is just...
And it's great.
I think it is probably the best song in the film for me. It's just...
I agree.
So camp, over the top,
it's so
ridiculous. It's wonderful.
And I love... Underrated. I love Slugworth's Mrs. Bonbon. Is she the one who's...
Yes.
Doing all the lights and pressing all the buttons?
When they do
underrated.
Yeah.
It's so... Because she's... Like, obviously she's in on it. So she's there. She's got a little control pad. They've obviously done this a lot. It's choreographed.
She's changing the lights.
She's got the lights.
They've got their harmony lines sorted.
And the confetti. And
it's just...
It's so good.
Absolutely perfect. For a Moment, probably one of my less favourite of the film. Just like the slower songs are... Yeah, they're fine. It was fine. I liked it when he danced with his cane and the hat on. That was fun.
I like when they start overlapping their two
I
parts.
Love an overlap.
Because obviously Noodle singing about how she's finally found someone who's made her happy.
And I don't know what Wonka's.
And Noodle's rhyming with Noodle. No, Wonka's not.
Oh yeah, she goes, nothing rhymes with Noodle.
Willy's rhyming
with
Noodle.
And he's found all the things that rhyme with Noodle.
And, like, it's a nice little callback to Never Had Chocolate Like This, because he's adding ocolate onto the end of everything, and then he starts adding oodle onto the end of everything, and it's a nice little tie-in. It's sweet.
We then have the other You've Never Had Chocolate Like This, where he's helping the man named Alison from Ghosts.
Yeah.
It's the same as the first Never Had Chocolate, doesn't really change, it's just...
love the Broadway bit, especially...
Broadway show!
Especially when Keegan-Michael comes in and says, put a sock in it!
Yeah.
It's such a fun little song, and it makes me happy.
Yeah, and the little hair repairing Claire.
Yeah.
I like the hair repairing
It's when
Claire.
the cat gets the hair back.
It's such a spectacle.
Yeah.
And everyone's dancing and he's at the front.
And it's one of the songs that made me come out and go, this is going to be on stage one day.
Oh, it has to be. It's just... You'd almost think these songs might have been written...
to be on stage.
In mind going, this might end up on stage,
And, like, people have argued that, well, it won't be because, obviously, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is already musical.
Same story.
But it will just be The Wicked to Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
You can have them running at the same time.
It's not the same story, is it?
You could go see both in a day.
Let's go... we have Oompa Loompa, which, it's a song that already exists, so it's not too late.
I've started dancing now.
What a great guy. Yeah, there's not much to say about Oompa Loompa, but it's already a song that exists, isn't it? Did it well, though.
I do like the little Oompa Loompa backstory, though. It gave a lot of reason.
Yeah, he was shunned.
It gives a lot of reason as to why they come and work for Willy.
Yeah, that's the other thing I want to know. Obviously, he only went into the factory with Hugh Grant. So how did all the other Oompa Loompas get there? Did Hugh Grant go,
oi oi,
we want to be paid back tenfold, we can be paid back millionfolds. We get free chocolate if we come and work for this man. And they're all like...
Hugh Grant Oompa Loompa said, oh, Choco beans.
You only get 4.
Yeah, they don't grow very well. And Willy's like, well, what if I could fix that for you?
Yeah, well, obviously
grow
he was
them
like,
here.
you can come and be the chief taste tester at my factory. And he went, do you need more workers? Yeah, they can all be paid in chocolate. And they're all like, absolutely, let's go. A World of Your Own, my favourite song from the film. Because that room, anyway, I love that set with the little river and everything.
I want to go to there.
Love
There's
that.
one in London.
And they're all eating the cups. I saw that.
Can we go?
And they're all eating the cups and stuff, which obviously another little reference.
They do Charlie and the Chocolate Factory at Taste Film.
Yes, that would. Oh, that would be mental. I'd feel sick.
They do not just chocolate, you know that, right?
But that would be cool. But One of Your Own, probably my favourite song from the film.
I did like that one.
I just like the
World
of Your Own.
It but it's the fact that song was such elation, instantly followed by the shop getting destroyed.
Yes.
Made me genuinely upset.
And then there's Sorry Noodle, which I don't know, so I'm just gonna...
I think it's instrumental. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, it's not.
Oh, it's where he's having his little...
He's sold his soul away.
Who cares? Get a grip. Then we have Pure Imagination. I mean, almost similar to Oompa Loompa, except they changed the lyrics. They did for Oompa Loompa. They changed it enough that I went, this is cool. This is very cool.
It was...
And seeing his factory make itself around him was
That's when I started crying
so cool.
In the film.
That's so cool. When the river started, I was like, this is amazing. Which, that was the bit that I was like, oh, we need a second one. I want to see how did he do this? What happened? And then we get to see also what happened to the cartel.
Well,
because obviously in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Willy Wonka, we only see Slugworth. We don't see
and
Fickelgruber.
He works for Wonka.
Because he did, and then he left, didn't he? Because he worked for Wonka. Everyone got shot, and he was like, well, I'll just steal it then.
Well, yeah, because that's in the Johnny Depp one, I know they worked for him and started stealing recipes. But in Gene Wilder, I think...
He was horrible in that as well. He's always been the villain.
But no, he worked for Wonka as a secret agent, remember?
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's always been...
No, he was on Wonka's side. He was tricking... Yeah, because he was tricking the kids into being mean to weed them out so that only one remained to take over the chocolate factory.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, yeah, I want to see how did he end up.
Ow!
My dad's.
Not your boyfriend!
Very good friend, I'll have you know. How did he end up? Not my new set. We've just spent like the whole day sorting. But yeah, I want to know how did. Do you want to get up on the chair?
No, because you threw me.
Oh God! Yeah, but I'm doing a really good tracking shot. How did Slugworth end up working for Wonka? How did that happen? How did that conversation go down? What happened to Fickelgruber and Prodnose?
I know they exist in the.
They're in the law. We just never seen them. They're in the law,
but So in the Johnny Depp one.
Yeah.
Fickelgruber steals the ice cream that'll never melt, and Matt Lucas steals Prodnose. He steals the gum that lasts forever. Yes. Or never loses its flavour even.
I say all gum lasts forever.
You can blow 1,000,000 bubbles. Big bubbles, not 1,000,000.
Yeah, I would like to. But that's in the Johnny Depp one, isn't it?
Yes. So
that's the thing, because I'm pretty sure they exclusively said we're just doing the Gene Wilder one. So what happened? Yeah. What gives, basically? I want to know where we go. But yeah, Pure Imagination was absolutely wonderful. What we give in songs? I think songs have to be a 5.
They have to be a 5. They have to be a 5.
So that leaves us with overall enjoyment of the film.
Well, for me, it's a 5.
I'd give it a 4. I'd give it a 4.
Yeah.
There are things I would have gone. Yeah. That could have been done.
Yeah, true.
Different.
No, I'd go with a 4. Yeah.
I don't know if would I have changed the ending, or do I like that they left us one not knowing much? Kind of like that we came out going.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because that makes you want to see more.
Yeah.
Which I guess then makes the company more money. So.
Oh, we missed the other thing. I loved the fact that the chocolate bar his mum made had a golden ticket on it. That was really cute.
That was perfect.
I thought that. So you can see where you get all these little ideas from.
Why did they eat it?
Yeah, that's a horrible chocolate. And then they all pretend like it was lovely.
Old as fuck.
They pretend that's lovely. Yeah. Shut up.
Old as fuck and in his coat while he was at
12
sea.
in that.
After he jumped into the sea.
He was like 12 in that thing, in the flashbacks. And he's now what, like 26 maybe? That's good, is it? After 13 years, you're going, that's good scran, that.
Well, it just turns to dust in your mouth.
That's been in the sea and a sweaty overcoat. A tattered overcoat, as he said himself.
I got a tattered overcoat.
I will push her onto the bed again. Just so everyone knows, there is a bed there.
I'm being abused.
Just so everyone knows, I didn't push him onto the floor.
You did.
There's lovely...
not a bed here.
I was going to say soft. There's a lovely mattress there, so don't worry.
No.
So what are you going to... Overall 4?
4.
So that leaves us with 28. Because it was 5 for characters, 5 for songs, 4 for plot, 4 for overall. 28? No. Fraser? What? 18 even.
I just nodded along.
18 out of 20. That's a great score. Well done.
28 out of 20. Well done, Wonka.
I'll push you onto that bed again, and I don't think I won't. And I won't let you back in shop for the rest of the video. 18 out of 20. I think that's a fair score.
That's a good score.
There are things that can be improved. Please make a Wonka 2. I really want to see a Wonka 2.
If you want to see me cosplay Wonka, follow King of Oranges on TikTok.
That's been bleeped.
No, it's not.
It is.
Please don't.
Do you know who I also want to see is a young Grandpa Joe? So he used to work
he used to work.
Who would you want to play?
Only in the Johnny Depp one, right?
No, I think he did for... Oh, he knew... He's known Wonka.
He's known
anyway.
Wonka for a while, but
I think... Well, if they go down the Fickelgruber and Prodnose route, and they have a bit of Johnny Depp, maybe they're just throwing it all into one. Who would you like to see play a young Grandpa Joe?
Stephen Merchant. Stephen Merchant!
He'd be perfect!
He's so long and lanky as well, and he could do the little puns.
What does the thingy look like? What do both Grandpa Joes... I can picture one so vividly in my head.
I can picture both of them. I know what the other one looks like, because you used to dance.
Yeah, but I can't picture... I don't remember which one I know. That's the one I'm thinking of. What does the other one look like?
The other...
Stephen Merchant playing him would be... Sorry, a Stephen Merchant playing a young Grandpa Joe would be... Wait, is Stephen Merchant young now, though? Let's be honest. Oh my god, he'd be perfect. He'd be absolutely...
Do you want to see?
Yeah.
Do you want to see?
What, Johnny Depp's version?
Yeah.
That's the one! I love him. He's perfect. He's absolutely perfect.
But honestly, I'd love
I
to
would love to see
Stephen
young Grandpa Joe and how he knew Wonka, if he did work for him, that sort of stuff. So that's our Wonka review. Hope you enjoyed. Do you want to see more film reviews? Let me know in the comments. Let us know in the comments down below. And if so, tell us what film. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Do you think we're chatting shit? We might be, to be fair.
Probably.
If you want to see more content from me, you can click here and watch our review. Can you sit properly? Watch our review of the Ghosts Christmas Special 2023, which we haven't definitely just recorded.
No.
You can click down here and watch. What can they watch here, Parker?
The Plymouth vlog.
One of my videos.
Okay, sorry. It's been a while. I don't know what he filmed.
Great. Click here and watch.
Do you remember what you filmed?
No, I haven't filmed in a while. Click here and watch the Bizarre History of Kermit the Frog. Subscribe here. Any last words? That's a no.
Jungle Dude.